Hey there, everyone. It's Denise Salcedo. Welcome back to the Up Next Fighting YouTube channel. Standing with me right now, you guys know this man, Stephen Bash. Stephen, it's once again very nice to talk to you once again. I want to start off by asking you because there has been a kind of a major development within UNF, and that is that you have been signing a bunch of new talent, 10 names to be exact, that are now calling UNF their home. Tell us what it means to you to be able to say that we have officially signed fighters to UNF.
I think it's great because I think you feel like a real promotion when you have signed fighters under contract. It wasn't actually our plan originally. It kind of originated with fighters coming to us and basically saying, "Hey, I don't want to really think about where I'm going to fight next. I love fighting for you guys. Can I just like lock up with you guys and just so I know that I have a home." And I don't have to think about, where I'm going to get the next phone call or deal with people that I don't necessarily want to deal with. And so we were thinking like, well, yeah, why not? And plus, we were doing so many shows, so frequently, we thought this would be a great way to ensure that, our fans get to know fighters over a longer period of time. So it just kind of was, kind of a meeting of the minds with certain guys that and their management that basically said, hey, you're doing something that nobody else does, which is kind of what we do. Like every show, every production, we're doing something different that nobody else does. So it's very exciting, and it's very exciting to be able to, also like tell a story about a fighter where you see his progression. There's so many fighters that have fought for me in boxing and MMA, where Ryan Garcia right now is fighting in one of the biggest fights ever, April 22nd. But his first two fights when he was 18 were on my show, when early in his career, and so it gives an opportunity to show folks where these fighters are earlier in their career, or for the veterans to show that, hey, they're still around, they're still up next too, they're still trying to get to the UFC and a higher level. And so it enables us to have the veteran guys fight regularly, because there's so many guys that unfortunately either have long layoffs or are dealing with different organizations where fights fall through and they don't know what their future is and stuff like that. So, when we say we're the future of the fight game, we can now say that you're part of that future as well.
That's really cool because I think a lot of the talent that I've spoken to, talent that is signed, one of the things that they said is that they feel like they have, some like a security now. They have this opportunity to say like, okay, I know for a fact I got these upcoming matches scheduled with Up Next Fighting. And to me, that's just like, one of the things that they've also said is that that's like kind of like a weight off their shoulders. So for UNF to be able to provide that, it's such a huge step. And I also spoke with George, and he mentioned a little bit about, the upcoming tier of new signees coming in. Is there any insight that you can provide to us in regards to that?
Well, this is just the beginning, because when we were asked to do this by a lot of fighters, because you mentioned security, so there's a lot of insecurity with a lot of companies, in MMA, a lot of fly-by-night, a lot of promises that aren't delivered on, a lot of hype that's just not real. And so providing that security, I think, enables a fighter. Like I've managed fighters, I've represented them as an attorney, so I know how difficult it is for fighters to, stress out about stuff that they really shouldn't have to stress out about. So now you can just go and train, perfect your craft, and know that you have a home. And the stuff that I can't necessarily talk about is, there's literally 20 other guys that want to sign right now. So we're just trying to be able to, say, okay, if we make this commitment to you, then we're going to be able to deliver to you. And so that's why we're literally doing shows back to back, 2 shows in 2 nights, 3 shows in a month, a show every month and everything else. So we actually, released the rest of 2023. We've got 2 more dates that we're just going to add in between, as long as, we're able to accommodate these fighters with the amount of fights that we can provide for them. You'll be hearing about a lot more guys coming over as well.
Man, that's really cool, and it gets me excited, and I'm sure the viewers here watching are excited as well. Stephen, it's always great to chat with you, and for everybody watching, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel.